Hello, family and friends and fellow YouTubers. It's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner. Well, John and I are in Salt Lake City, Utah. We got a room here last night at the Holiday Inn Express. We each have our own bed. Anyway, we went to see the Great Salt Lake State Park yesterday, and we got to see the Salt Lake, and that was pretty cool. But you know, after the long day of traveling yesterday, we were tired, of course, so we got some motel room. But today, we are getting ready to head south through Utah. We are headed south towards Bryce Canyon National Park. And the park is about 6.5, 7 hours from here. So today is basically just going to be a travel day. I know we'll be taking pit stops, but I'm not sure where we're going to stop or what we're going to see. So I'll just turn you on it if I see something interesting. But anyway, yeah, we have a long day of driving ahead of us. And but I just kind of wanted to give you guys this little update. Not that any of you care, but you're going to be seeing me wear black yoga pants a lot on this trip. You see me wear my black yoga pants, well, different kinds of yoga pants when I'm out working in the gardens. But I bought some new black yoga pants for this trip because ever since I had my knee surgery in January, my knee continues to get sore and stiff and swollen after being on it for so long. And whenever it gets swollen, my jeans are just too tight. I do have, I think, 3 or 4 pair of the longer shorts. My mom used to call them culottes. I don't think they're called that anymore, but they're the longer shorts that go down to your knee. And so I have some of them, but I'll be wearing them in the parks and saving the black yoga pants for travel days and for days that I can't wear jeans. Because when my leg gets too swollen, the jeans just get too tight and it makes my knee even more sore. So anyway, and then John, he kind of wears the same outfit because he wears work clothes, you know, most of the time a uniform type work clothes. And so he only has so many clothes that he can wear. So you'll see him in the same outfit a couple of days in a row. But we are getting ready to head out today towards South Utah, trying to get as close to Bryce Canyon National Park as we can. And just going to be a travel day. But thanks for joining me on this trip, and I will see you guys on down the road. Okay, bye for now. Okay, friends, we are leaving Salt Lake City, Utah. We are going to be heading south through
At the
Utah.
light, use the left 3 lanes to merge onto I-215 south.
Our goal is to get as close to Bryce Canyon National Park today as we can. We might actually make it all the way, but I think tomorrow will be the main day that we actually visit the park. Kind of depends on my knee. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. If I see anything interesting, I'll turn you on. Right now, I'm just loving the mountains there in the foreground. Okay, I'll catch you guys on down the road. And then, of course, we have mountains on this side, too.
Speed check reported ahead on Melt Route.
We are in the heart of the Rocky Mountains, so we're going to be seeing a lot of these Rocky Mountains.
5.6 miles, take exit 12 to merge onto I-15 south toward Las Vegas.
So Salt Lake City kind of sits in a valley surrounded by the mountains. So we have mountains on that side, and we have mountains on this side. So look at that big, beautiful church up there, guys. That thing is big. I wonder if it's possibly a Mormon church. I don't know. Pretty. It's like it's so beautiful to the human eye. And then whenever you try to videotape it or take pictures of it, they just don't look quite the same. I mean, you just kind of have to see it in person to realize just how beautiful this country is. But I'm going to do the best I can to show it to you. Look at those mountains over there. To me, that's just beautiful. I thought it was over by Canyonlands and Arches, but that sign back there
Proceed to the route.
said Canyonlands National Park. I mean, not
Proceed to the
Canyonlands, Capitol Reef. That sign back there said
Proceed to
Capitol
the
Reef. Hush. That sign back there said Capitol
Proceed to the
Reef.
route.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Proceed to the route.
The sign back there said Capitol Reef National Park, so I don't know how close it is to here, but we might want to check it out and see. I hope this road's not going to be too bad. We're not going to be on a major road, are we? Okay, friends, so we just left the pit stop, and after seeing the Capitol Reef sign, we decided to look it up, and Capitol Reef does kind of come before Bryce Canyon. You kind of have to jolt to the east a little bit and then down. So anyway, we're going to do Capitol Reef on our way to Bryce Canyon, and we're going to be on 50 East
At the
for a
stop
while.
sign, turn right onto North State Street.
And then, so anyway, we'll do Capitol Reef this afternoon and then head to Bryce Canyon. And depending on when we get there, we'll see how it goes. We might end up
For
doing
24 miles, continue straight.
would like to do is called the Utah Mighty Five, where you see all 5 of the Utah's national parks. I don't know that we will get that done. That's kind of my goal. But we're just kind of playing it day by day. And like I said this morning, I don't know what today's going to hold. We're going to play it by ear. And after we saw that Capitol Reef sign, we stopped, did some research, and realized that that was probably where we needed to go first. And there's supposed to be a scenic byway, I think it's Highway 12, that connects Capitol Reef to Bryce Canyon, and it's supposed to be very scenic and a nice drive. So I think that's what we're going to do first. Capitol Reef, Byway, Bryce Canyon. Okay, friends, so we are on 50 East, headed towards, I think, Saline. And yeah, so we are headed towards Capitol Reef. We saw the sign that said Capitol Reef. So whenever we stopped and made our pit stop, we looked it up on the map. To go east, you have to make a jolt east, and then go south. So it's a little bit out of the way. It's about 2 hours out of the way. But from what we read, if you're going to do all 5 of the national parks, this is kind of the way to do it, is to see Capitol Reef on your way to Bryce. Anyway, and there's supposed to be a byway that connects Capitol Reef to Bryce. It's supposed to be a scenic drive. So I think we're going to try to find it and take that scenic drive. Although everything I'm seeing so far is very scenic. So it should be, I'm hoping it's going to be a nice drive. We're not on a major highway, so I don't know, how curvy it's going to be or what the roads are going to be like, but John's being pretty flexible. We didn't really have a set plan for this trip. We both had certain things we wanted to do, like on the way to Cheyenne, Wyoming. I wanted to cut the trip in half. Instead of doing a 12-hour day, I wanted to do 6 and 6. So we did that my way, mostly because of my knee. John wanted to see his cousins in Cheyenne. And then he also wanted to see the Great Salt Lake, which I wanted to see the Salt Lake too, but that was more his agenda. And then he wanted to see Bryce Canyon, which I also want to see, but my goal is to see all 5 of the national parks. And so today when we saw the Capitol Reef sign, we did some research, we looked at the map, and we realized it was on the way. So John was flexible and saying, okay, we can do that. So yeah, so we're going to do Capitol Reef today, and then just kind of depending on how the day goes, we may do a little bit of Bryce today, or we may wait and save Bryce for tomorrow. But like I said, there's no set plan, so we're just kind of playing it day by day and even hour by hour, and just being flexible with each other. But the scenic route, I'm not sure where it starts, but I'm already seeing a lot of nice scenery out here. I mean, this is just beautiful across the plain here up to those mountains. So, all right. I will catch you guys on down the road. We'll see where we end up. I don't know if y'all can see them or not, but those black specks down there, those are all cows. So, pasture land through here. Got some snow up there on that one mountain. I don't know if that's really considered a mountain or not, but foothill of a mountain. Way over there. See if I can zoom in. Right there. Hope I'm not getting too much glare off my window. Anyway, this is 50 East. Road's not too bad so far. Not a lot of traffic, of course, because it's not a major of glare on my window, but I'm hoping y'all can see the snow over there. Valley with some snow up there. It's really pretty. Usharim Reservoir. Always like it when you can see water down in the valleys. Big reservoir, which they probably needed with the slow water as they have through here. Reef National Park, 47 miles. We're getting closer. I don't know if this is the best way to go there, guys, but this is what our GPS told us, so this is what we're doing. a small break here in Loa. Stopped at the Conoco, talked to the nice lady in there. She said that 50 and 24 were the only way to get to Capitol Reef. So we went the best way possible. There is no other way, according to her. Anyway, we're going to go down Main Street here of Loa, and then we're supposed to pick up 24 again. And we're only about 20 miles from the park. Well, 25 miles. It's 20 miles to Torrey, which is where we're going to have lunch, and then 5 more miles to the park.
Keep left onto State Route 24. For 21 miles, continue straight.
That's what we will do. She says the road's pretty straight but hilly. So after what we just came down, couldn't be any worse. All right, meet you on down the road. Cow crossing Torrey, that's where we're headed. We are going to be hitting the Scenic Byway. I just saw the sign back there. But we're going to stop at Torrey, have some lunch, then head into Capitol Reef, and then hit the Scenic Byway down towards Bryce. At least we have some flat land right now. I had to stop and get my leg all straightened out. It was a cramping on me. I don't know whether it was because I was so tense or what, but I had to walk around for a minute. Oh, now we're in. Welcome to Becknell. So now we're in the little town of Becknell. And from Loa right into Becknell. This is how it is before you go into most national parks, though. You have these long, windy roads, it seems like. I know when we were going down to Big Bend in Texas, well, that one wasn't really windy, but it was long. I mean, you had this long entrance road before you actually got to the national park. So I think that's what's happening here, is we just have this long road to get to the national park. South Texas is a lot flatter, though. Utah is pretty, I think. I think Utah's one of the guys. You heard it. Welcome to Torrey. So the lady at the gas station said this is where we need to find our food, is in Torrey. Steakhouse. I don't know what you're hungry for today. I'm hungry for anything except for spicy food. I don't think my stomach can handle anything spicy, but burger joint.
Looks like it's pretty well frequented.
Yeah, and it also looks like it's the last place. So I think it's going to be Slacker's Burger Joint, guys, and sandwich shop. So, John, you were saying you wanted a sandwich, so maybe they'll have like a Subway sandwich type thing here. All right, it is 1 o'clock, guys. Well, 12:50. It is 12:50. We are in Torrey, and we are going to have lunch here at Slacker's Burger Joint and Sandwich Shop before we head into Capitol Reef Park. All right, so we just had lunch at Slacker's Burger Joint. It wasn't too bad. Pretty good. And now we are headed to Capitol Reef, which is 10 miles, and then Bryce Canyon, which is 114. So Capitol Reef first, though. That's what Torrey looks like. Oh, that is so pretty. A lot of times these drives into these parks are just as beautiful as the park themselves.
In 2 miles, the destination is on your right, Capitol Reef National Park.
Well, that was fast. That sign back there I thought said 9 miles. And now the GPS is telling us it's only 2, so I'm not sure what they are counting. But anyway, I guess we're almost there. There's the sign for it right there, I think. No, that's the resort. Never mind. Sorry, John. Oh, I wonder. Maybe that's what it was telling us. It's at the resort. It's 2 miles. Oh my goodness, look at that. Isn't that beautiful down through there? Turn you guys off a minute and try to get a picture. So John cleaned the windshield for me before we left the burger joint, and I'm so glad he did, because the view through here is beautiful. I wish we didn't have that crack in the windshield, but there's nothing you can do about that. So I tried to shoot under. Talking to a highway patrolman at the burger joint, and he said that Highway 12 is the best way to get from Capitol Reef down to Bryce Canyon, but he said it is very curvy but very scenic, that it is a scenic drive, but that means you're going to have some curves and some drop-offs. So we're not going to stay super long at this park, because we want to, hit that scenic highway before it gets dark. We don't want to be doing it in the dark, but at least I will get to check off Capitol Reef off my bucket list.
The destination is on your right, Capitol Reef National Park.
As one of the 5
Arrived.
As one of the 5 national parks. There it is. There's the sign. Okay, we're at the sign, guys. I'm gonna jump out and take a picture. I'll be right back.